Friends, we will start the multiple choice questions in the introduction topic to the company accounts. Already you listened in the theory which we discussed in the company accounts about what is a company and issue of shares and all that. So look at the intro to the company accounts and the multiple choice questions in that. Registered companies are formed under which act? Companies Act. A is the right answer. Which of the following is not an essential feature of a company? Company will have a perpetual existence. का मतलब क्या है? Even if all the shareholders are going to die, still the company continues to be in existence because company is a separate legal entity. Not having anything to do with the members' admission or shareholders coming, going. It is a voluntary association of persons. It is a distinct legal entity. Share capital of rupees 50 lakhs. It's not an essential feature because for a private limited company, 1 lakh is the essential, that is required share capital. For a public limited company, that 5 lakhs what we have studied. So share capital to be 50 lakhs is not an essential feature. D is the right answer. A private company has to provide in its articles what? Restricting transfer of its shares. If it is a public limited company, it cannot, you can't have any restrictions in respect of the transfer of the shares, whereas in case of a private limited company, articles need to necessarily provide for what is it? Restriction on transfer of its share through its articles. Memorandum and articles. Memorandum is the constitution of the company, articles, internal rules and regulations. C is the right answer. Question number 4. Every company has to file to the registrar for incorporation a copy of its, what is it? Prospectus, Articles of Association, Memorandum of Association, Annual Report. Please do remember the answer here is every company has to file to the registrar of company for incorporation a copy of its Memorandum of Association. C is the right answer. Question number 5. Which of the following restriction is not applicable to a private limited company? See, private limited company cannot invite application for public deposits, restrict the number of members to 50, invite the application for public subscription. These things cannot be done by a private limited company, but to start a overseas branch there is no restriction. So D is the right answer. Question number 6. The prospectus for the shares and debentures can be issued only by a public company. Only public companies can go to the public requesting the public to subscribe to their shares. So once they want to go to the public requesting the public to subscribe to their shares, it can be done only by issuing a prospectus. So A is the right answer. Question number 7. Private limited company must be registered with a minimum share capital of what? 1 lakh. Question number 8. Public limited company must be registered with a minimum share capital of what? 5 lakhs. A is the right answer. Question number 9. The number of members of a private company cannot exceed how much? The number of members of a private company cannot exceed 50. B is the right answer. The maximum number of a public company cannot exceed, there is no maximum which is prescribed for a public company. D is the right answer. Question number 11. Every company must keep proper books of accounts and records to record what? Assets and liabilities, purchase and sale of goods, sum of the money received and spent. In respect of all these things, proper books of accounts need to be maintained. D is the right answer. Question number 12. Identify the fact which is not correct. That is, company need not be registered. No. A company can have a maximum of 50 members. A company is not affected by the death or insolvency of a member. A company's capital is divided into shares. Identify the fact which is not correct. That is, a company's capital is divided into shares, it's a correct only. A company need not be registered is not correct. A company can have only maximum 50 members, only that statement is true with respect to what? Only private limited company, but public limited company can have any number of members. So 1 and 2 are not correct statements, whereas what is it? 3 and 4 are the correct statements. If the question is identify the fact which is correct, then 3 and 4, identify the fact which is not correct, then 1 and 2. So since the question requires you to tell which is not correct, 1 and 2, B is the right answer. Question number 13, friends, which statement is not correct? A private company's capital cannot exceed 1 lakh. No, wrong. A private company cannot restrict the right of shareholders to freely transfer their shares. Wrong. A private company should have more than 50 members. Wrong. A private company can accept the deposits from the public in case of emergency. Wrong. So all are wrongs. What is right, friends? A private company's capital can very well exceed 1 lakh, but minimum is 1 lakh. Private company need to restrict the right of the shareholders to freely transfer the shares. A private company should not have more than 50 members. A private company cannot accept the deposits is a point. So D is the right answer. Question number 14. Which of the statement is wrong? A company must prepare a cash flow statement. Company must prepare the accounts only in a vertical format. Company must prepare the accounts only in the vertical format. A company must follow all the accounting standards prescribed by ICAI. Friends, company must prepare a cash flow statement is a correct, because now cash flows and fund flows form the part of the financial statements. Company must prepare the accounts only in the vertical format. Yes. A company must follow all the accounting standards. All are true statements only. So A is the right answer. A is the right answer. None is a wrong statement. Then, which of the statement is not correct? Company is a voluntary association. Okay. Company has an independence existence. Yes. Okay. Company will have a common seal. Yes. Company is a natural person. No. Company is an artificial judicial person. D is the right answer. Question number 16. Indicate the statement which is wrong. Books of a company must be kept at its head office. Books of the company must be kept at its registered office. Books of the company must be kept at its corporate office. Books of the company must be kept at its all offices. Which of the statement is wrong? Friends, please remember, books of accounts will get maintained at its registered office. So 1, 3, 4 are the wrong statements. So necessarily you have to understand the point. Books are to be maintained at its registered office. Then friends, question number 17. Which of the following statements are correct? A minor is not competent to become a member of a company. A firm cannot be treated as a member of a company. These two are correct statements. A foreigner may become a member of a company. A partnership firm cannot hold the shares in a company. In the individual means of partner as a joint holder. So which of the following statements are correct? First 1 and 2 are correct is a point. 1, 2 are correct, and of course there is no restriction on a point that foreigner cannot become a member of a company is not a point. So B you take it as an answer. Then 18th question. Company accounting conforms more to a dual aspect concept than to incomplete recording system because Companies Act insists upon, companies need to maintain their books of accounts under the mercantile system. Companies Act insists upon the adoption of the double entry system of bookkeeping. Balance sheet should not be prepared under section 211 of the Companies Act according to the incomplete recording system. To show a true and fair view of the affairs, the company need to ensure the adequate disclosures. To to ensure the adequate disclosures. For 1 and 2 are the correct, reasons for company maintaining the accounts by following the dual aspect, double entry system. Company is maintaining the books for the reasons of 1 and 2. So what is the right option? A is the right option. Question number 19. Assets in the balance sheet of a company are arranged in what order? In the order of the permanence. Because if you go to the company's balance sheet and see the company's balance sheet, it will start on the asset side, fixed asset से शुरुआत होता, तो इसीलिए हम क्या मानते, company's balance sheet में assets are shown in the order of their permanence. B is the right answer. Question number 20. Which of the following is not required to be made under the statute? Funds flow statement, profit and loss account need to be maintained, balance sheet need to be maintained, none miscellaneous item, fund flow statement. See friends, please remember D is the right answer. Profit and loss account is to be maintained, fund flow statement is to be maintained, balance sheet, these are all part of the financial statements. D is the right answer. Take a D as the right answer. Then next, question number 21. Profit and loss account disclosed by the accounts of the company is what? Transferred to the share capital account, shown in the column of current liabilities and provisions, and shown in the column of reserves and surplus. Profit and loss will be shown in the balance sheet where? Under reserves and surplus. This is very important. Schedule 6 requirements, that is profit and loss account will be shown under which head? Under the head reserves and surplus. C is the right answer. Question number 22. Which one of the following is the registered capital of a company? Authorized capital is called as a registered capital. How many types of the capital will be there? Already I explained it earlier. The authorized capital only will be called as a registered capital. C is the right answer. Question number 23. Interim dividend is shown where? Friends, please remember dividends and all are appropriations of the profit, so they will be shown in the profit and loss appropriation account. B is the right answer. Question number 24. Under what heading is the provision for tax is shown on the liability side of the company's balance sheet? Provision for tax will be shown under the what? Current liabilities and provisions. Friends, for this you need to have an understanding of Schedule 6 and the balance sheet. In the Schedule 6 balance sheet, how it is given, on the liability side you will have share capital, then reserves and surplus, then secured loans, then unsecured loans, and fifth item is current liabilities and provisions. And on the asset side you will have fixed assets, investments, then current assets, loans and advances, and then miscellaneous expenditure, profit and loss, debit balance. Like this you will have the balance sheet pro forma, and provision for tax will be shown under the which head? Current liabilities and provisions. C is the right answer. Question number 25. Profit and loss account of a company is prepared in such a way so as to give a true and fair view of the profit or loss of a company. Yes, C is the right answer. Friends, as such, your Schedule 6 is not giving the profit and loss account pro forma, it's giving a balance sheet pro forma, and your profit and loss account is prepared in such a way so as to give a true and fair view of the profit and loss account of a company. C is the right answer. Question number 26. Any reserve which is not apparent on the face of the balance sheet is known as, if it is not apparent on the face of the balance sheet, it is called a secret reserve. What is not apparent on the face is called as a secret reserve. How the secret reserves will get created? By undervaluation of the fixed assets or by overvaluation of the liabilities. You are able to create a secret reserve. Secret reserve will not appear in the balance sheet. A is the right answer. Question number 27. Which of the following is not a current liability? Bills payable is a current liability, bank overdraft is a current liability, unclaimed dividend is also a current liability, but minority interest is not a current liability. D is the right answer. Question number 28. According to the Companies Act, a reserve capital is created. See, what do you mean by reserve capital? Earlier also I explained. See, company once it makes the issue of share capital, it is not going to ask the shareholder to pay completely the face value of the share, a part of that particular face value of the share, it is going to keep it in reserve in the situation of the liquidation of the company when money is required to be paid to the outsiders. At that time, this reserve capital, the shareholders are called to make the payment. So, C is the right answer. Question number 29. Calls in arrears account is shown in, calls in arrears is going to be shown as a deduction in the capital is a point. B is the right answer. Question number 30. The income statement of a joint stock company, income statement may not be split and only profit and loss account may be prepared as a point. Must be split into profit and loss account and profit and loss appropriation account. See, if you can do, you just do, but that is not a strict requirement that you have to split it into profit and loss appropriation accounts. Question number 30D is the right answer. Question number 31. The income statement of a limited company is known as profit and loss account. Income statement को क्या मानते? Profit and loss account मानते. Question number 32. Under the Companies Act, the financial year of a company may be more than a calendar year, but it shall not exceed 15 months. It's a very, very important question from the examination point of view. In case of a company, financial year may exceed a calendar year, but cannot exceed what? 15 months as a point. So, C is the right answer. Question number 33. Where a special permission has been granted by the registrar, financial year of the company may be at most maximum be what? May be extended up to 18 months. Normally it is 15 months. It may be permitted to be extended to 18 months. C is the right answer. Very important question from the examination point of view. Question number 34. In case of a profit and loss account of a company, it is essential to show, in addition to the figures of the current year, figures of the previous year also. This is one important question, that is whenever you prepare the company's balance sheets or the profit and loss account, not only it is your responsibility to show the current year figures, by the side there should be a column to show the previous year figures also. B is the right answer. Question number 35. The balance sheet of a company must be prepared in the form set out by the law. What is the form? That is Schedule 6 will prescribe the balance sheet pro forma. So A is the right answer. Question number 36. Which of the following is not a capital reserve? Profit prior to incorporation is a capital reserve. Profit on sale of fixed asset is a capital reserve. Dividend equalization reserve is not a capital reserve. B. See, point here is B is the right answer. It's a mere appropriation. It's not a capital profit. Profit prior to incorporation, profit on sale of a fixed asset are to be treated as a capital reserve. Dividend equalization reserve is not a capital reserve. D is the right answer. Question number 37. A provision is a specific reserve. Provision for depreciation means what? It is a specific reserve only for the purpose of purchasing of the new asset or to meet the loss on account of sale of the old asset. You are creating a provision. So provision is a specific reserve. C is the right answer and also important question. Then question number 38. Identify the order in which the following assets are shown in the balance sheet of a company. The balance sheet of a company is in the order of the permanence. So furniture and fittings first as a fixed asset, investments next, then sundry, then the sundry debtors, then the cash. So 3, 4, 1, 2. D is the right answer. In what order the following items will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet? Share capital, reserves, then secured loans, then unsecured loans, then the current liabilities and provisions. So share capital 2 will be first, then debentures will be the second, then your sundry creditors will be the third item, and proposed dividend will be the fourth item. So 2, 1, 4, 3. That is the order in which on the liability side these items will be arranged. Question number 39, B is the right answer. Question number 40. The following items which are included in the reserves and surplus: sinking fund, proposed dividend, share premium, profit and loss accounts. Friends, please remember that is sinking fund is a specific, it is a provision and a specific reserve. So your sinking fund, share premium and profit and loss account, these three will appear in the reserves and surplus, whereas proposed dividend will appear in the under the current liabilities and provisions. What is it, friends? Proposed dividend will appear where? Under the heading current liabilities and provisions. So sinking fund, share premium and profit and loss account will appear under the reserves and surplus. So C is the right answer for question number 40. Question number 41. Identify the items shown under the fixed assets in the company's balance sheet. Patents, investments, work in progress, plant and machinery. That is, friends, under the fixed assets, patent is an intangible asset, it will be shown under the fixed assets, and plant and machinery is a fixed asset. These two will be shown under the fixed assets, whereas investment will be shown separately, work in progress will be shown under the current assets. So 1 and 4, B is the right answer. Question number 42. Match the list 1 items with the list 2 items. That is, profits prior to incorporation. Where it will be shown? It's a capital profit will be shown under the reserves and surplus. Proposed dividend, where it will be shown under the provisions. Interest paid out of the capital is shown under the miscellaneous expenditure. Unclaimed dividend will be shown under the current liabilities is a point. 4, 1, 2, 3 is the correct matching. So B is the right answer. Question number 43. Companies Amendment Bill 2003 states that is a company private or public fails to enhance dash, then each director or manager of the shareholder will have an unlimited liability. See, prior to this Companies Amendment Bill 2003, the minimum capital that is required for a private limited company or public limited company is much less than the 1 lakh and 5 lakhs. And Companies Amendment Bill says what? You have to, in case if your minimum paid up capital is less than those amounts, you have to make an effort by so and so date to increase the minimum paid capital. In case if it is not done, you will be personally held liable बोल के बताए. तो इसीलिए C is the right answer. Question number 44. Under the dash of the Companies Act, under section 210 of the Companies Act, annual general body meeting of the company and the board of directors of the company shall, in that we shall lay down the final accounts before the company. This is very, very important question. Section 210 of the Companies Act requires that in the annual general body meeting of a company, board of directors of the company shall give the final accounts. So it is a requirement under section 210. So question number 44, B is the right answer. Question number 45. Under the dash of the Companies Act, it requires every company to maintain the proper books of accounts. Under section 209, A is the right answer. Question number 46. Section 211 along with the dash of the Companies Act 1956 deals with the preparation and presentation of the profit and the loss account and balance sheet. Section 211 along with the Schedule 6, because balance sheet is to be prepared according to the Schedule 6 requirements. It is very, very important question. That is, section 211 along with the Schedule 6 of the Companies Act 1956 deals with the preparation and presentation of the profit and loss account in the balance sheet. D is the right answer. Question number 47. A company comes into existence when registrar issues a certificate of incorporation. D is the right answer. Question number 48. A company incorporated under the special act formed by the parliament or the state legislation is known as a statutory company. Life Insurance Corporation of India, General Insurance Corporation of India, these are all the companies formed by the special legislation of the parliament. So it is called as a statutory company. B is the right answer. Question number 49. Any company formed by under the statute is called as a statutory company. Question number 49. A dash can commence the business. A public limited company can commence the business only when it obtains from the registrar certificate of commencement of the business. So until that certificate of commencement of the business is received, it cannot what? It cannot commence its business as a point. Question number 50. Dash of the company should be in the format of part 1 of the Schedule 6. Balance sheet need to be prepared as per the pro forma given in the part 1 of the Schedule 6. It's a very, very important question from the examination point of view. Question number 51. In case company does not frame its own articles of association, then Companies Act has got a table A. Whatever contained in the table A will have application. Try to understand articles of association are the internal rules and regulations, and in case if the company do not frame on its own its internal rules and regulations, dosto tab it need to adopt the rules and regulations prescribed by the table A is a point. Question number, the answer is A is the answer. Question number 52. A dash is a document which invites the deposits. That is, prospectus is a document by which, through which the company is going to invite the deposits from the general public. So in order to make invitation to the general public, company need to issue the prospectus. C is the right answer. Question number 53. Dash is a document defining the constitution of the company. Memorandum of Association, MOA, Memorandum of Association is a document defining the constitution of the company. Then B is the right answer. Question number 54. A company of which not less than 51% of the paid-up share capital is held by the central government or the state government by any one or more of them together is called as a government company. In case if in a company 51% share capital is held by the central or state governments, it will be called as a government company. D is the right answer. Question number 55. The objects of the company are given where? The objects are given in the memorandum of association. A is the right answer. Question number 56. For flotation of a public company, how many members? Minimum number of members in case of a public limited company is 7. In case of a private limited company, it is 2. The question requires you to tell in case of a public limited company. So the answer is 7. C is the right answer. Question number 57. Reserve capital of a company is meant to be called only at the time of liquidation of the company or the winding up of the company. D is the right answer. Question number 58. The amount of the capital that is mentioned in the capital clause is known as authorized capital, registered capital or nominal capital. All of the above. Whether you call it as authorized capital or registered capital or nominal capital, it is one and the same. Question number 59. Dash and dash of Schedule 6 of the Companies Act deals with the presentation of profit and loss account in the balance sheet. Part 2 and Part 1 of the Schedule 6 to the Companies Act will deal with the presentation of the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. D is the right answer. Question number 60. Equity 90,000, liability 60,000, profit for the year rupees 20,000. Total of the fixed assets is equal to total of the assets is equal to total of the liabilities. Total of the liabilities is what? 90,000 plus 60,000 plus 20,000. 90 plus 60, 150 plus 20 is equal to 170. Total of the assets is equal to total of the liabilities. A is the right answer. With that, we completed the first chapter of the company accounts, that is a introductory topic. Of course, friends, for few things, if original in theory we could not explain it, then you have to read it from these multiple choice questions.